Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. See how Nnamdi Kanu's release may jeopardize Peter Obi's presidential ambition. See how Nnamdi Kanu's release may jeopardize Peter Obi's presidential ambition. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. Nnamdi Kanu, the turning head of the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra, has been released by the Abuja-based appeal court. The federal government sued Kanu in the Federal High Court in Abuja for 15 counts of crimes he was accused of committing throughout his separatist effort, including treasonable felony and terrorism. How the release of Nnamdi Kanu may jeopardize Peter Obi's presidential ambition in 2023. The chances of Peter Obi, the Labour Party's presidential candidate, winning the 2023 election may be impacted by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release from the Department of State Services DSS custody. Kanu is the leader of the disbanded indigenous people of Biafra IPOB. In a unanimous decision on Thursday, the Abuja Division of the Court of Appeal cleared Nnamdi Kanu of all charges related to terrorism, according to a previous story from Daily Post. The DSS in the Federal Capital Territory is expected to release the secessionists from their custody as a result of this ruling. Kanu, the head of the movement calling for the establishment of Biafra, as the sovereign state, was apprehended again in Kenya and returned to Nigeria on June 28, 2021, where he will continue to stand trial for treason. The IPOB leader has been detained by the Nigerian secret police while facing a number of court cases ever since he alleged unlawful repatriation to the nation. He was accused of making statements while in the United Kingdom that could have threatened the corporate existence of the nation. Many Nigerians, especially those in the southeast, were in a celebratory mood yesterday after hearing the news of his release. While the release has elicited mixed reactions, several stakeholders have speculated on how Kanu's release would influence his hopes of becoming President Muhammadu Buhari in 2023. According to Daily Post, Nnamdi Kanu, an influential figure in the southeast, has already ruled out the idea of the Nigerian government holding elections in the area before being apprehended. Peter Obi's victory in 2023 will be more dependent on the Southeast, according to certain political observers. Despite the fact that the IPOB leader has not yet spoken since his release, Mr. Kenneth Onu, a public affairs analyst, told Daily Post on Thursday that Kanu's release will be detrimental to Peter Obi's presidential campaign. He asserted that Igbos will now continue to push for a potential split from Nigeria and stressed that they might no longer be interested in the Igbo presidency or any other type of election. He said, the attention of the whole in the Igbo has been shifted from Peter Obi. They are now following their master, Kanu. So Peter Obi and other presidential candidates who were relying on the Southeast may have to look for alternatives. Before he was detained, he clearly told everyone that the election would not hold in Igbo land. He is back and agitation continues. This is going to affect Peter Obi more than other candidates. Remember how yesterday, in response to the release of their leader, IPOB said to Daily Post that the establishment of the Biafra nation would be their next objective, and emphasized that nothing could halt the movement. Now I've come to the end of our today's news. Please, from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read